Yo, 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 right, what's up, guys? Let's jump in, shall we? Right, hope everyone's doing well. Jump in the chat, let us know what we need to check out together today. As mentioned, I'm going to be probably changing timings of the live sessions from next week as we enter summer. We'll see how the price action goes. I just want to get a few more live sessions in with regard to looking at things, planning them together, or potentially doing more live sessions when the action is actually happening, not just this is what I think can happen and blah blah blah. So that I thought that would be quite good. So yeah, jump in the chat, let us know what you think, what times would be best, and potentially a few more live sessions where, you know, it's just that Monday planning session. It seems that Mondays are very good days at the minute, doesn't it? So yeah, what's up, Rude Soup? Goldfinch is in, Sin's in. Yeah, jump in, jump in. Bit of an unusual time, so it could be a quiet session for us right here, right now. But as usual, I will timestamp after, and we'll have a fresh pair of eyes right here, right now on the data. We'll have a quick look at where we've come from and where we are going. I think we all know what happened yesterday. Obviously, Bears got fucked. Are we up for a bit of a Bart pattern back down? What's up, Savara? Are we up for a bit of a Bart pattern back down, potentially to the weekly open again? Confirm some demand. European session looks pretty standard European session at the minute, doesn't it? So we'll see what's going on. I do before I jump into that, I do have to laugh. Is anyone monitoring the situation? Look at this shit. You probably can't hear that. Crazy. I've never heard him swear before. Unbelievable, isn't it?
A missile up my ass if I ever.
Oh, I didn't have screen audio on. Let me go. I didn't have screen audio on. Let me skip back. Sorry about that. Watch this.
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but
My
Israel
bad.
violated it. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand?
Sounds painful
Oh, my
as
bad.
hell. So let's all just dead to America and crazy shit like that. But let's get real, people. The new American president with the nice hair is not fucking around, okay? He specifically told me he will shove a bunker buster missile up my ass if I ever harmed any American. And I don't know about you, but that shit sounds painful as hell. So let's...
Unbelievable. Right, sorry about that. I forgot that I muted the screen audio for a second there. Right, fuck that shit. Let's jump in some data then and have a fresh pair of eyes on the data. Right, so what we're seeing is everyone had fun again, once again on a Monday. So, look, we started to find some demand, didn't we, on Sunday? Basically confirmation of that demand yesterday. Okay, that demand has persisted, so even if we drop a little bit lower again, for me potentially, yeah, I'm open to coming down into this zone once again. We do have some nice key levels in there still. Weekly open just here. Okay, so yesterday, this was Sunday's level. Okay, if ever you see that on the big assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum did look good as well yesterday, actually, in the spot books. If ever you see that getting right down there, price action getting right down to these levels is an absolute no-brainer. Fire and forget trade. Okay, whatever your bias, whatever you are thinking, the risk on taking that long trade is just so tight. Okay, We float up. We had a few offers attacking price yesterday. Not much though, to be honest. There were quite large offers, but there wasn't much depth on them. Then if you look at this lower band here, we do have depth to the bid side. Okay, so as we drop, of course, the bears get excited and start posting all over Twitter and in social media about where we're going next, 93, 92 and beyond. They're not actually reading the data as it comes in. They're fucking posting the P&L card from the shorts. We hit some demand and we bounce up, okay? So really, really nice risk-reward longs. Yes, we hit some more supply yesterday, but I was of the frame of mind that you've got this bit of a fight going on in the order books, haven't you? Okay, you've got a little bit of a battle going on in the order books. What's going on is, and what I posted on Twitter was basically at some point in this mini range, you're going to get an expansion and one side's going to explode. You know, and then we obviously continued into the Asian session last night, or the beginning of the Asian session last night. Okay, so that's where we've come from. Nice move up. Hopefully everybody caught some long side trades there, whether it was from Sunday and whether you took profit and then retraded that yesterday, or whether you just held on to it. This was actually a higher low anyway and then up again, and actually there was some really good altcoin trades that looked great down there as well, as BTC was finding that demand. So right here, right now, sat at the monthly open, okay. Of course, what has to be said is there's no bid sat right under price and pushing us dynamically up right here, right now. I'm not surprised at that, because I think this move up to hammer this supply and move up has caught a lot of people off guard and they didn't expect it, okay? What you should have been doing is reading the data, assessing the data, real mega nuking open interest as that comes down. BTC Diamond alert there and up, right? Within about 10-15 minutes of that, I think, was when Iran and Israel were, you know, Donald Trump were talking about peace talks and all that shit. Completely irrelevant to us. We're just reading the data and up we go. So let's discuss where we are now, okay? So just sat above the monthly open. As you can see from the OBD and the TRDR console, okay, go grab a link from below for a free trial and more. There's no depth of book and no bid sat immediately under price here. So that could initially get you very bearish, okay? And think, oh God, okay, well, the books have gone highly negative. I think they were just going to pattern this back down. And look, yes, I'm not going to say that can't happen. We are traders, okay? We're not crystal ball analysts, okay? Of course that can happen. I'm actually open for coming a little bit lower today anyway. We'll have a look at a trading view in some key levels. But I think this move has caught people off guard. And so I'm not surprised to see the bid not sit directly under price right now. So as we go through the order books, we obviously, we're just on Binance Perps here. We can see where we've come from. Yep, nothing here now. I would give it a couple of hours and see if we actually get some top levels moving to sit under price. Real faint top level there, but nothing at all. Aggregated depth of book has gone negative, okay? Again, like I mentioned on the video earlier, I don't expect that to fill up here. Spot market's already filled up under 100k. You know, I don't expect them at this late stage when we've been uponly.com for most of the year. I don't expect the spot markets to now sit under price and then pushes up. It's going to be a real perps battle like we are seeing, in my opinion, okay? Few of the other exchanges then, Coinbase Pro, yes, they've got some supply here, but the risk reward, if you are potentially looking to short, is higher, 108. If we go there, I'd need to see very aggressive supply, because it's a recycled zone, okay, at what is potentially range highs. Again, we'll go and have a look at that in a second. So yeah, I'm still not favoring shorts. If we come a little bit lower, I need to see a bit of bid come in to then volley it back up, okay? Still not favoring shorts at the minute. So that's Coinbase Pro. Couple of the other exchanges, KuCoin, no. Kraken haven't got much in the books. No. Gemini, again, Gemini at 110 and then 115. That's obviously going to, you know, 110 recycled area game. Just defending that that all-time high. CoinM, yeah, okay, so CoinM have still got a load of supply up there. Again, I'm not surprised to see it, yeah? If you've been trading CoinM, I don't know why you would be. I'm not into trading CoinM in any way, shape or form. But if you have been trading CoinM, you've seen the 111, 112, whatever it is, all-time high be put in. You've got all the shit going on in the world, you know. Do you want to take profit up here? You know, of course, this can be take profit, can't it? Yeah. So maybe these guys want to take a little bit of profit up here into the summer and then go and relax. All right. So that's your levels, really. Volume is coming off a bit. always does in the European session. Not too fussed about that. Funding has got a slight rise. We were in negative funding most of the day yesterday as well, actually. Into range lows, we were, you know, flirting with negative funding as we hit that group spot and the BTC Diamond alert there. If you don't know what those are and you're new, okay, that is our alerts log overlay. No, we're not just painting random momentum indicator signals on here. It's raw, pure raw data. Okay, so yeah, look, volume coming off a little bit. No bearish divergences yet because you haven't put a higher high in. You're coming out of the European session, just about to enter the US session, so volume has been low. Anyway, open interest, little bit in the middle. Okay, so yeah, that is that's it for BTC in the order books. It's really, really nice and easy. Yesterday was obviously a bit more of an entertaining day. So trading view levels, we can see our range here, okay, that showed in the video earlier. Really, really big bullish 4 hour candles, okay. We've just come up right into the center of the range, basically right into the center of the range. You can just see the point of control there at 104. So any moves down here, you want to see a little bit of demand come in. But even if you were to come right back down to the range lows, okay, at 102, 102.5, so it would look like a little bit of a bar pattern. It would be a bit devastating if you've lost a bit of P&L from being long in these lows here, obviously, but it's still structurally gonna look okay. Let me just zoom into those levels a little bit for you on a 1 hour chart, show you that. Okay, so there's your 1 hour chart. Okay, so you got that weekly VWAP, okay, just coming in with that EMA 100 there. Weekly open is a bit lower. Okay, this was the zone really that I was just really trying to be bullish over the last 24-48 hours. You know, this weekly open was really just the zone that I wanted to hold for a little bit of a trickle continuation. So this was really nice to see. Now that we are up here, we've got some better levels to play with. So there's your range value area low. I think the point of control is coming around that weekly VWAP as well, isn't it? Okay, so let's see if we can hold some of this zone. And like I mentioned, it might be the case, and I just have to highlight this because, you know, you're going to drop, even if you drop 2% here or whatever, people are going to start panicking. They're going to start blaming it on world war tensions again. And in reality, all price is doing exactly what it needs to do to auction, okay, find a new buyer, okay, or rise up and find new sellers, okay, and that's all it's doing. So there's potential to chop here as everybody argues about which way Bitcoin's going next, and all it's going to do is chop everybody up in that zone, potentially for even the next 12-24 hours before it gets its next leg up, or if the offers really, really hit, its next leg down, okay. And look, yeah, I'm kind of bullish still. Why am I still bullish? High time frame trends, there's no change, yeah. Weekly chart still looks good. Daily chart still looks good. It's trend, range, trend. 4 hour chart is trend, range, trend, all to the upside, okay? We have had some heavy supply. And yes, looking at a 4 hour chart, you could say high, lower high, potentially lower high, but structurally, okay, I think we look okay. We've had some bid in the market. Supply on the way up here has been destroyed, so the bears have really been given a bloody nose, haven't they? Okay, so now I'm looking for a little bit of confirmation for continuation. That's all I'm looking for. If the supply gets aggressive, I'm not married to the idea of holding longs. Yeah, I'm not married to that idea. I'm very, very willing, if the supply gets aggressive, like it did up here when we were in our shorts last week, okay, and then we came down, didn't we? Okay, and I said this was quite a nice area to take profit on shorts, potentially. If you were with us on last week's live, okay, I said where the next liquidity is between 106 and 107, okay. So where did we wick up into? 106.5. That was if you were up. I think that was Friday, wasn't it? If you're up for trading on Friday, that was your potential reshort back down, okay. Yeah, I have to say, you know, coming into Sunday to see this amount of demand, yeah, I'm surprised to see it, you know. I try to remain bullish, as we all do, on these higher time frame trends. It's difficult. It's difficult when you're starting to bid in these lows down here. But when the data is showing you the way forward, you've just sometimes got to take it, you know. And it can be it can be gut wrenching. You know, it can be absolutely gut wrenching when you're coming down to these zones and you're saying, oh God, okay, it's Sunday. I don't know what we're gonna get here. But in reality, drop your trade size a little bit, maybe. Okay, look for execution in this zone, and your risk is so minimal. Your risk is absolutely minimal. You could have had stops at like 97 or 96, you know, just under 97. The risk is very, very minimal. Yeah, so maybe you nibble in the longs there. Okay, you bounce straight away, which is great to see. You come back down, okay, you know your risk. Maybe you even got your stops at break even. You know where your risk is. You bounce, you come over, you see a BTC diamond there. Maybe if you're sharp enough and a little bit of a, you know, sharp shooting derivatives trader, maybe you add a little bit there with strength, you know, and then you've still got good managed risk here, okay? So yeah, I do think things are looking good because the supply is getting smashed to bits. I think everybody's uber bearish for wrong reasons. You know, so let's crack on. Let's see what this range gives us. Can we get a bit of confirmation underpriced? You know, we need to see that. It's fine to have these technical levels drawn out in trading view, but we need to see that. You know, we need to see that, bid auction underpriced, don't we? So yeah, glad we did this together an hour or so just before the US session, because that's what I'm looking for, okay? I don't mind us coming down again here. I don't mind, right? But we need to see a bid under price, and as we can see in the ratios, we just haven't quite got that yet. Okay, let's have a look at what volume's doing. Yeah, so we just did look at this, didn't we? Yeah, European session, nothing to see there. So what we'll do is we can have a look at a couple of alts and stuff. I think most of them are going to follow Bitcoin. I think there's a couple of things you need to be aware of, and even me being bullish on Bitcoin for new highs potentially, I still think there's some lower time frame things to consider on some of the altcoins. So one thing to show you is we'll just go through a couple of the top ones right here right now, and then if you guys have got any that we need to look at together, give us a shout. And what I want to show you first and foremost is how good ETH was yesterday, right? So ETH looked absolutely amazing. So I shared this with the guys in the private section of the Discord, part of the Academy course. Okay, I said, look, you need to keep an eye on ETH. 5:30, so Nick is cooking dinner for Mrs. Nick. Nick is doing a lovely lasagna for Mrs. Nick, so didn't get in that one. To be honest, if this was Bitcoin looking like this again, you want to be all in, but I think it was at the same time Bitcoin was getting that BTC diamond, so not too fussed for missing ETH, to be honest. I do have to say, we all know it's not been the best, has it? But again, turns out a beautiful trade, great risk reward trade as well, to be honest. Okay, Sol is a bit dead. The market's a bit dead, so it's just following everything else. Hype has been pretty good in these lows. Again, if you want a little bit of a cleaner chart, take off the overlays, because it's a very bullish chart. I mean, that's why you're seeing these green overlays. Okay, and just concentrate on the top levels, yeah? Another coin that I thought was absolutely mint balls yesterday was Altcoin. So again, shared this with the lads when we were up here. I actually nibbled in on that wick there in the US Open, and we went straight up, but knowing we've got these top levels here, I was like, I'm not giving anything back to the market today, thank you very much. Stops at break even, get a good reaction, let myself get stopped out, and then re-entered down here. Okay, again, where are you seeing a reaction? With massive amounts of, you know, filling these top levels, massive amounts of depth, you know, really beautiful chart for Altcoin. I never really trade Altcoin, I do have to say, but I'm not going to ignore something like that. I can't ignore it. I don't care what the asset is. If it looks like this, I'm taking it. So got in, still in Altcoin now as well, to be honest. It's just doing normal things. It's had a push up, it's auctioning, it's having a little range here. Do we get some continuation? Maybe just trail your stop up or whatever. But what I want to show you is just lower time frame on a couple of the bigger assets on a 4-hour basis. So look, BTC looks great. Oops, turn that off. BTC looks great. It's basically range, trend, mini range, trend, larger range. Is this because of what's been going on? I'm not going to argue with people that say we've had some distribution at the top. We certainly have. I'm not going to deny that. It's in the data. You know, I wouldn't deny that. We have had some heavy distribution up here, and we've had it here, okay? It's nice just to see, though, that we still do get continued spot bid. But this is a nice constructive range chart. It's going to be very obvious to me on Bitcoin if we rise up a bit, even if it's only a tiny bit higher, if the supply starts to attack, yeah, then, you know, as I say, I'm not going to marry my bias of new all-time highs, even though it's only about 6% away now or something. You know, that's all your all-time highs away, 6% away. Bitcoin could do that in 1 4-hour candle, yeah. But what I just wanted to point out to you was a couple of the 4-hour charts on a couple of the other assets, yeah. So ETH was forming a very nice range up here, wasn't it? Not an expert in Wyckoff or anything, so again, I can't, it looks a bit fucking messy actually. If you're a range trader, you should have been very much enjoying this, to be honest. But yeah, ETH obviously broke down its range, broke down this lower trend as well that I've got back there. Big deviation, absolute scam, call it what you want, and up, okay? So ETH has got some work to do. That was our long yesterday, okay, that you saw in the TRDR console. If you caught it, I hope you did. So ETH has got a lot of work to do. It's already had a nice reaction up. What are we seeing right here, right now? Potentially a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders, maybe confirm that trend line. That'd be nice, okay? And again, you just want to see some confirmation of bid, don't you? Yeah? But ETH's got a lot of work to do, I do think, to get some continuation. BTC is still one of the best charts out there right now. And even if you look at Hype, right? So Hype, brilliant chart, or was a brilliant chart. It probably still is. Absolutely. Since the hack, beginning of April, when everything bottomed, even Tesla on most stocks, uponly.com, such an easy chart to trade. Bears absolutely fucked. No reason to be bearish on Hype whatsoever. The only issue is it's kind of on this last leg down here. It's broken a little bit of structure, hasn't it? Okay, so I just want us all to be aware of that again. I'm not going to get mega bearish. Again, maybe this is some kind of deviation, maybe you get some kind of cup and handle, again maybe some kind of inverse head and shoulders here or something. I've certainly got alerts just down here at the weekly open. If we can get a little tick down here, I'd enjoy that for a little day trade. But yeah, I just want to make everyone aware that yeah, you have broken a bit of structure, so don't get mega excited just because BTC looks really good still, I believe. Okay, some of the altcoins might just lag a little bit now, and they might have to range a little bit. You know, don't be upset if Hype just does this for the next couple of months and ranges like ETH does. That would be absolutely perfect price action in my opinion. You know, and very valid for it to do after being up only for 2 or 3 months. It's just done phenomenal. Even Sol, okay, so Soy Boy Sol, let me just reset that. Even Soy Boy Sol obviously just went right up into the edge of this triangle here, broke down. And if you look at the Sol chart, there's no denying that that is just an ultimate downtrend, isn't it? So again, Sol doesn't look as good as ETH, doesn't look as good as BTC. Even Hype is verging on looking a little bit better. Sol, very strong, does a lot of volume, nice coin to trade, but you can't deny this downtrend. You know, I'm not a trendline trader. They are they're a bit newbie, but just be aware that other people look at them. Sol's a downtrend. You know, it's just a downtrend, isn't it? You need to crack it and you need to change market structure, as simple as that. So, yeah, you've got some levels here, okay? 140-ish, do you get back down there if BTC takes a little bit of a drop? Maybe, but you need to crack the downtrend. You need to find a bid and you need to crack onwards and upwards now, does Sol. And just because Bitcoin's going to move up doesn't mean that Sol, ETH, or any of the others do. Bitcoin could just take over again for the foreseeable future. But yeah, if there's any others you need us to look at, give us a shout. We're just going to drop back to the console because obviously I just want to keep an eye on things, what BTC's doing. Yeah, chopping about. Fully expect a little bit of chop today, to be honest. Mondays have been brilliant for trading, and that's why I might move the live stream to Mondays, to be honest, because it's been really good. As long as that continues anyway, don't mind, having this open and getting in some positions with you guys. So we'll see what we get. Other coins that have looked good as well. DeFi continues to look good and do well. Aave yesterday, yeah, right down into that 222 level. Top level double band spot bid, and a really nice alert there. Okay, really nice. That was our Fauci alert by the OG DK. I think he created that one. It's basically a spot double band alert next to within a couple of % of the top level there. So really nice. I was getting quite excited already seeing Aave in this kind of structure here, getting these spot bids up. I saw that level move there from Sunday into Monday, so left it alone, and then it just started to look really good. CRV, again, that's why they're at the top of my watch list. CRV has been really good as well. Sue order books, are they back? Yeah, so Sue's getting a little bit more bid now after it got hacked a month or so ago. Its volume hasn't really dropped off, so a lot of people are still interested in Sue. I'm not really sure if the network is still... it's not going to be as used as Sol or anything like that, is it? So I guess that's the kind of mind share that Sue needs, doesn't it? It needs that kind of mind share, people actually fucking using the chain, excuse my language. If people aren't using the chain and they're just speculating and perps and buying a bit of spot to sit in bags, that's no good. For these kind of coins, you need people using that chain, yeah? Savaro, Fauci shared somewhere on Discord, right? I'm not sure. I can share it for you now. I can literally drop it in the chat for you. Just obviously go in here and change markets for what you want. It's a spot alert, so just change those markets. Let me just drop that. I'll drop it in the chat. You should be able to open this link. So yeah, there is some great order books out there, to be honest. Other coins I'm watching but not got involved with at the minute. I have to say, I'm never too fussed for Doge. But it did catch my attention earlier. I was in the screener, which we'll dive into in a second, and Doge was right at the top, and it was getting a 90 ratio bid. So was watching that, but if I'm just going to trade this on derivatives, and I haven't caught the long there like we did on Altcoin, I'm not bothered for the bidding this on derivatives, just because some fan of Doge is highly bidding it on spot in a European session. No, not really, so you can see this, and yes, it's good, but just think about, number one, timing. It's European session. Are you instantly going to get gratification on that long from here? Maybe not. Two, it's just spot. Okay, so it's only spot involved in there. They're well within the rights to just buy some spot Dogecoin here and then let price slide a couple of %. Whereas if you're in derivatives and you have a 2 or 3x position, don't over leverage, people. Thank you very much. You're going to slide. Yes, you're losing a bit more, right? So yes, it's well bid. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not too fussed right here. I think some of the other coins really are holding a bit more mind share than what Doge is, aren't they, to be honest, so let's have a look at a couple of the others. Pepe is been moving with the rest. I think that's quite a nice chart. I do have to say the 4-hour chart on Pepe though has been, and I absolutely love Pepe. It's the top meme out there, to be honest. Again, there's no way to shake it, even as a Pepe fan of the coin and the memes. That's why I love it. There's no way to shake it. You're in a downtrend. It's potentially going to flirt with market structure change here again, but you need to push onwards and upwards. Yes, I've got this old C-fork drawn on it. If there's any OG technical analysis 101 traders out there, yes, I've got a C-fork drawn. It needs to break structure and it needs to start moving up now. So I don't think there's any hurry. on Pepe, if you wanted to get involved, to just start buying it up here at your first sign of resistance. Okay, let it change structure and just buy in with strength. That is what I would say with those coins that need to change structure. So we looked at Hype, obviously, didn't we? And we looked at Sol, and there's a few others. There's a few others out there. You know, they need to change structure. Don't be surprised, like we said on Hype, though. Don't be surprised if they just start to auction a range for a month or 2 months of a summer. Bitcoin could quite easily, and I'm not saying it's definite, but I'm a trader. I'm not a moon boy analyst. I'm a trader. So I don't actually give a flying fuck. I've got bias upwards because of the trend, yeah, but I don't actually give a flying fuck. But what I'm going to say is Bitcoin could put in a new all-time high. It doesn't mean Hype, Sol, or anything else has to. Yeah, it could blast a new all-time high, put it in, absolute blow off top, come down. Altcoins are going to suffer a little bit more, and then you get that summer range. I'm still up for a summer range. I just think it's going to be a bit later than usual, okay? So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, there's no real spot bid following up on BTC at the minute. Yeah, we do have that overhanging supply. You are going to chop people up here as they speculate on the next move, because they probably shorted the lows here, added to shorts, whatever. This will have caught everyone by surprise, and now in all this crab zone, which I call crab zone. I know that some of you guys will have heard me say this a million times, but in that crab zone now, everybody's fighting on social media, in the Discords, in the Telegrams. Oh, which way next? Well, blah, blah, blah. I've just heard that Iran have slung another missile. I don't give a flying fuck, right? Do not trade in this crab zone. Just don't get involved. Just wait for better opportunities if you can help it. All right, guys. Right, couple of other coins we'll flick through quickly then, just to see if there's anything happening. I'm going to check my alerts, and we're going to check the screener on the trader console as well. As I say, grab a link from below for a free trial. Want to know what the Lizard Illuminati coin is doing? It actually got that. Yeah, I did see that, to be honest, but was I bothered about trading it? No. So that was an XRP Fauci alert. Interesting. You even got a result off that if you're part of that Illuminati crowd. So yeah, Doge. Bonk is getting really big. It's doing massive volume on the spot volume on Binance, and it's really, really big. I can show you it, but the chart is a mess. The chart is a mess. To be honest, I just know that it's doing big volume, more than usual, I would say. There's a couple of coins like that. Pepe is actually at the top of the volume delta and 24-hour volume delta. It's interesting. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let me check what's going on there anyway, because obviously it should be BTC, shouldn't it? Right, yeah, a couple of other coins then. Maker continues to have a good chart, really bid up from the other day. ENA I'm still watching, but I've given up on it a little bit because I traded this the other week and the order book was really nice and clean. It's just firing alerts at me all the time. So yeah, okay, it's nice to see that people are bidding it, but do I have any edge trading this on derivatives, in and out day trades? No, not at the minute. The structure has got a little bit messy, and obviously this kind of move up, you're seeing on everything. It's just following everything else, isn't it? Okay, so Trump coin is still doing shit. It's funny, I thought that might have done well the other month when he invited everyone round to that stupid dinner party. I thought some people might have got some exit liquidity out of Trump, and it just didn't do anything, did it? OM, yes, I do still watch OM. I've not touched it in weeks and weeks and weeks, but I am still watching it. It is getting a little bit of spot bid. If it gets some very aggressive spot bid in confluence with perps, I'm willing to take a trade on OM Mantra, derivatives wise, because it will offer some good upside, I do believe. But 90% of the time, just leave it alone. Don't even touch it. BNB, a little bit of a dead market, really stuck in the middle here. BNB is like this now, isn't it? Okay, BNB is like this. That overall supply here is probably coming from that Qcoin perps market there in the 5 to 10%, because there's a bit of coin M supply lying above there. 693. 693,700. Yeah, okay. I think B&B could have another leg up, so that might be worth a trade if it gets some bids sat under it. But again, 90% of the time, I don't really want to be trading B&B. It's an absolute sack of shit coin to trade because, as you can see, it just hardly moves. It really hardly moves. STX, not a lot to see there. Keeping an eye on comp. Get comp in your alerts because, again, it does offer some good risk reward trades now and again. And yeah, Polkadot that we looked at this last week, didn't we? And we knew it was coming into this spot demand. And I think even on last week's live, we were talking about the lower levels that it could potentially hit. And the fact that the 4-hour structure on DOT and the daily structure on DOT is down only. Absolute bag of bollocks chart, to be honest. So no real edge in that. So yeah, again, I've not really looked at dominance, to be honest, to see what's happening. One of you guys let me know in the chat if you want to. I don't really look at dominance too much. I just know that the BTC, the Bitcoin chart, is still one of the best looking. So hype was one of the best looking charts because it was just trending and up only, whether you're trading it derivatives or whether you were holding spot, it was looking great. BTC remains now one of the best looking charts out there. It really does. It's just, just so clean, so good looking chart. So yeah, we'll see what we get in the coming 24 hours. What have I got on the old fib time? Let's have a look at that for you crystal ball technical analysis lovers. Yeah, so just pulled a 1 hour fib time on BTC and generally expect a little bit of chop from this initial reaction. The 4 hour fib time has been really good, to be honest. So down move from that point, and then up move from this point, the 618, and then maybe some expansion on the 26th. So what day is it today? So yeah, and that's why I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, because the price action's been bullish, maybe we just explode. In saying that, maybe we come down, but I think we, after that, you just need to appreciate you might get a little bit of chop. So I've just got a next fib time on the 26th. Does that line up with anything on the daily? No, it doesn't. Weekly, when's my next weekly fib time? July. Yeah, I think if we get an expansion up, you've got another 2 weeks of expansion. If we get another expansion up, and then you're probably looking at the beginning of July, 7th of July there, 4th of July. 4th of July there. I might have to check that pull on that fib time there. So yeah, beginning of July time. Absolute crystal ball stuff, but I do like the old fib time. It has been good to me. So yeah, a bit of chop in here, absolutely valid. Right, let's have a look what's going on. So what time are we on? Yeah, so half an hour before the US Open. I know that obviously ringing of the bell stock market, no one gives a flying fucking crypto. We just get that volume kick, and I will keep repeating that for anyone that's new or anything like that. These sessions can be good because just a lot more volume comes into the market, doesn't it? So yeah, give us your thoughts in the chat. What are you thinking here? Did you position long in the lows from Sunday or Monday? I tell you what, I actually had a nibble on Saturday night. I did have a nibble on Saturday night. Stops under this level here, went up, rolled over, got stopped out, absolutely fine. Yeah, that's the way it is, but you just sometimes never know. Saturday night, everyone's asleep, and Bitcoin pulls some 10% move or something. You just want to get involved with it, So yeah, let's have a look at what's going on. So alert wise, not a lot going on. Give it a little bit of time. I think we're in for a bit of fun in the next couple of days though. Right, so let me just check the screen. I just want to check all assets with you. Let me check all assets. All assets and all markets and exchanges. ARB. Okay, Pendle. Wow. Some of these markets probably a little bit algorithmic, as in bid is just holding them. ETH swap, yeah. Okay, Bybit are always degenerately long. Okay, yeah. Let me check my watch list then. All assets. Let's have a look. Perps market, nothing standing out. again, that can be the case a lot of the time, and then, you know, you'll get it now and again when you get something popping here looking really good, and you take it. But yeah, none of the big boy assets are up here. Spot market, TWT, Trust Wallet. I think we've looked at this one before together, haven't we? I'm never that fussed for trading it. Let's have a look. Yeah. Trust Wallet token. Yeah, I'm just not that fussed, to be honest. CRV still getting really bid. That's nice. Got some long on CRV. ENA, we know because I've shown you the alerts that keep firing off. Teo, is that BitTensor? Do we like trading BitTensor? Oh yeah, it goes good now and again, doesn't it? Yeah, that was nice back there. That was nice from the spot market back there. Again, nothing I would trade in this flat price action right here, right now. Let's have a look at some other stuff. ZRX. God, that's been off my radar forever. That was quite nice to trade back in 2020, 2021, I think. ZRX Ox. Really nice to trade. Yeah, there's nothing really standing out. I think we just... SNX, synthetics, okay. Nothing really. That used to be good to trade as well. That's an AI coin, isn't it? Interesting. Yeah, nothing really much standing out, to be honest, guys. Savaro says, I'm waiting for the VWAP reaction as it lines up with the range's value area low. Where's that VWAP coming in then, Savaro? Is that on Bitcoin, you're saying? Let's have a look together. Let's have a look. Is that the session VWAP? Session VWAP. Do I have session on? I don't have it on. I maybe should do. I've got weekly VWAP. Maybe you're talking about this small range here. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like a bloody hellfire. It looks like a bit of a meme triangle that's about to bust a nut. It's about to bust a nut, isn't it? If it just continues up, so be it. If you're watching certain YouTubers, you would just get that. Yeah, but alright, is that coming at the bottom of those lows, is it? Nice, yeah. DK mentioned Raven. Let's go and have a look at Raven. Oops, let me go back to that. Let's have a look at Raven. Raven. Yeah, so Raven did look good on spot. 5-minute chart. Yeah, what's perps like? Yeah, it was really bid on spot and perps. Yeah, you got a nice reaction from it, haven't you? Yeah, really nice reaction. Yeah, not bad. Not one I would trade, to be honest. 490k book depth, not that fussed, you know. You're gonna get, I mean, you're gonna get good percentages out of all these. So I guess it doesn't matter what you trade, really. 11%. Yeah, it's a nice move. Yeah, it is. That again, that's a fire and forget trade. Yeah, he's dead right. Absolutely dead right. Yeah, let's see what we get today then. We need some bid. We certainly need some bid under price. That's all I will say. You know, we do need that bid under price. So let's see what we get today. We'll watch price action for a little bit together. Going to keep an eye on the screen. I just want to see what's happening on the screener as well. To see what pops up. I'm keeping an eye on Hype for day trading because it's a nice one to trade. You see this top level here at 35. So Hype really filled some bid here. This is a little bit of a messy chart. If it does look like a little bit of a messy chart to you, just get some top levels open like that. Yeah. So next big bid zone on Hype is 35. I would just look for it to take all these lows here. So when you're in a crab action, little small range like this, like Savaro was just saying on BTC, your best risk reward is going to be either down here, okay, if you're looking for longs, or obviously up here. I like the fact that the offers have disappeared on Hype, okay, so I'm just looking for a bid into this region, the 35 zone. Why am I looking down there? I've got confluence down there actually of the bid ask, and also the weekly open. Yeah, so if we can get down there on Hype, I do like that zone. Let me just move that up slightly. So yeah, I've got myself an alert set there. If we start to come down, you know, 100 1 hour EMA as well. Generally nice for trend direction and change in direction. Again, that is a little bit all crystal ball stuff. The bid and ask will dominate which way price goes, obviously. But yeah, if we start to fall down here a little bit, yeah, bang a couple of limit orders in here, see if you get a fill. You know, always better risk reward when you're falling and then you bid that back up rather than chasing those kind of green candles. All right. So yeah, nice day on Monday yesterday as well. Let us know in the chat what kind of live sessions you want, really. You don't have to, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to change it. We'll still do market video updates for you guys, but might just jump on the live sessions a bit more randomly. So it might be a longer Monday live session where we have a look and plan some levels out together, and then obviously a market update, maybe market update video going over what we've looked at together and have we got any reaction from those levels, and then how is the week's plan going to play out. I think we need to, you know, do something like that, change it up a little bit. All right, so yeah, summary on BTC. Let's summarize because we are 15 minutes before the US Open and I want to get involved, because if Iran and Israel start slinging fireworks at each other or whatever, then we're going to have some action again, aren't we? I don't think they are, though, because Donald Trump has obviously been telling them off. If you look at the stock market, tech stocks are looking to gap up a little bit, okay? So Tesla's looking to gap up, Nvidia's looking to gap up, E-mini futures is going, you know, a cock's hair away, cat's cock hair away, should I say? A cat's cock hair away from all-time high. So it won't surprise me if E-mini futures gets an all-time high in the next week or so into this fib time here, into end of June. That's nice timing with our Bitcoin fib time as well, isn't it? And then maybe you get that rollover. Hungry greedy bears always seem to be early. They are not patient enough traders. They are sadists and should be punished, and we will go higher. But we'll see. Right, so summary on BTC. We've had a nice move up. We've come from demand and started to destroy supply. Okay, aggregated depth of book is not looking good right now, but I don't expect it to look good. Couple of reasons. Okay, you're flirting with all-time high prices that are about 6% away as you enter the summer months. This move up in price action has caught a lot of people off guard. Okay, a lot of people off guard in the last 24 hours. So like I say, it's been difficult. It was very difficult over the last 48 hours in this zone, okay, and in this, even in this zone yesterday, to remain long, risk on, and bullish in the last 48 hours. But I was determined that I didn't want to short the market down. Right here, right now, try not to trade in this sideways price action, okay? If we can get another move down on BTC, we need some bid under price. We need that dynamic bid under price. Okay, and then if we get that and some nice depth of book again, which we do need, you know, as we said, we do need, maybe you can trade that up fresh, yeah? Maybe you can trade that up. And we're going to look good for a new all-time high. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, that is it. I think we're still in for a good week of trading, but just don't get, after a volatile Monday, if you've missed any of this action from Sunday or Monday, it would be very easy right here, right now, to start chasing price and saying, I think we're going down because there's no, you know, bid ask here, or okay, this is it, we're all going risk on, tech stocks are looking good, we're going to all-time highs. Yeah, it's so easy just to focus your bias on one thing in this kind of sideways price action and make a bad decision. Okay, just chill a little bit and let the price and the data tell you what's going to go and happen next. All right, guys, so look, I think we're in for a good week. I will timestamp this afterwards, give it a like and a share, and we will change timings, and yeah, might have a little bit of Monday planning next week with each other. All right, guys, we will speak soon. Trade safe.